Bledsoe keeps it alive. Brogdon at the elbow. Gives it up. Middleton for three. Khris Middleton hits the three-pointer.
What's up, guys? Jacob Ober here. Welcome to another episode of BuckTalk, and in this episode, we'll be recapping Milwaukee's 116-113 victory over the Chicago Bulls tonight. Giannis Antetokounmpo tonight finished with 36 points for the Bucks, and followed by Malcolm Brogdon with 24, who finished with a career-high 6 threes made, shot 6 for 6 from behind the arc, and Khris Middleton with the big three with 5.2 seconds remaining to win the game for the Bucks, finished with 17 points on the night. As for the Chicago Bulls, they were led by Jabari Parker with 24 points, who actually played a pretty good game tonight, much to my surprise, and Zach LaVine, who also finished with 24 points. So tonight's game, I would say probably one of the more thrilling finishes of the year for the Bucks. Probably the most clutch shot of the year made by Khris Middleton tonight. The game-winning three, obviously, but tonight's game, I mean, we saw a lot of the same coming out of the gates for the Bucks. I mean, defensively, they were just like, they looked pretty sluggish, pretty careless. They didn't look like they were really trying to stop Chicago's offense there in the first half. And there were times where it just felt like the Bucks were kind of picking and choosing when they wanted to play defense. And I'd like to see the Bucks play with more effort defensively from start to finish in these games. Like, I mean, they were doing that at one point earlier in the season, but right now they kind of just look like they're kind of grinding away. I mean, their offense continues to be amazing. I mean, I think they score over 110 points virtually every night. They're almost a lock to score over 110 points, and they did so tonight with 116. But the defensive effort, I mean, it really hasn't been that great over the past few games, and starting the game off by giving up a 40-point quarter to the Bulls. I mean, I recognize that the Bulls have a lot of really talented offensive players, but you got to be better than that, and you can't be digging yourself big holes early in games. And I mean, the Bucks continue to play keep up, continue to play comeback. We can't continue to see that especially against good teams. I mean, when the playoffs come around and the Bucks are still screwing around with this kind of play, it's not going to go well for them in the postseason. So they have to come out with more energy, more effort than they are. And I mean, I love the fact that they're picking up the pace in the second half, because under Jason Kidd, they'd look sluggish and slow the entire game. But you want to be able to consistently play defense through the entire game, and they really didn't look that good to start the game today, and that was a big reason why they weren't able to win this game until the final seconds. So, and down the stretch too, the defense wasn't really the best. I mean, Chicago did have a pretty good shooting night. I'm not sure exactly what the percentages were, but I know they were making a lot of really tough shots tonight. But I mean, they got to be able to close those stretches out, and they let the Bulls hang around towards the end. Of course, they made up for it with the Middleton three to win the game with 5.2 seconds left. But a team like this, you really should be able to, if you do fall down to them, you should be able to take the lead back and not look back. They're not a very good defensive team, and the Bucks did score 116 on them, but they should have been able to pull away further towards the end of the game. But besides that, I mean, it was a really, really entertaining game. I mean, seeing Jabari Parker and Giannis Antetokounmpo go at each other was really entertaining. They were both guarding each other pretty much the entire night. Giannis put Jabari on a poster, and then Jabari put Giannis on a poster, actually. So this was a really, really back-and-forth game between these two talented offensive players. And watching Jabari, he started the game really well. Kind of fell off a little bit, but still finished with 24 points. And Giannis obviously dominated pretty much from start to finish. He finished with the season high 36. But yeah, I mean, watching these two guys go at each other, I mean, I mean, if Jabari was a better defensive player, like a more all-around, like, kind of star, you know, I'd be saying, like, this is going to develop into a really big rivalry. But I know it's not. It's still fun to watch the former teammates go at each other, though, and it was really entertaining to see that tonight. And I'm glad that Jabari is finding some sort of success in Chicago right now. I believe he's averaging around 23 points over his last 5 games in Chicago. But yeah, for the most part, I mean, tonight, like I said, it was a really, really thrilling game, really, really fantastic finish. I was pretty excited over the Middleton three with 5.2 seconds left. One of those games, you know, where it's just like, at least you survived. And, you know, it's like I said, I mean, I said after the Suns lost, I mean, it's still early. I mean, this team is still trying to figure things out, and they're still working through the progressions right now. They're still trying to get, you know, find a balance. And I did predict after the Suns game that by February, or sometime near that point in the season, they're going to start clicking, like, at maximum capacity, and they're just going to reel off some insane stretch where they go, like, they win, like, 15-20 or something like that. And I do think they'll finish with a top 2 or 3 seed in the East, by the way. In fact, they could finish with the number 1 seed. We'll see what happens. Like I said, it still is early, but when this team is clicking, when they all have bought into the system and they're playing consistently with the defensive effort that we saw earlier in the year, they're going to be a really, really, really tough team to deal with, especially in the postseason. So, anyways, though, great victory tonight. You would have liked to see them pull away, or at least kind of have a more comfortable win than they did. But a victory is a victory. Every game counts the same. So they get the victory tonight, and they're improved to 15-6, and the Bulls fall to 5-17. So, anyways, guys, so that's all I have to say about tonight's game. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at OberSports for 1512, and I'll see you guys next time. Go Bucks.